we start with rather serious news as thousands of supporters have gathered outside Buckingham Palace over the weekend to wish well the Princess of Wales. Kate Middleton's bombshell announcement on Friday that she's undergoing treatment for cancer ended a lot of the speculation about her state and whereabouts.
In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present.
As you know, for weeks, Princess Kate was the subject of some of the wildest conspiracy theories. She had been largely missing from the public eye since Christmas. And now the focus is turned to her cancer treatment and recovery. Celebrity
gossip columnist Rob Shooter, who's often with us to talk about the royals, is here right now with the very latest. And first of all, this came late Friday in London. You know, Friday afternoon here. How surprised do you think people were? Because speculation had been all over the place the previous week.
I think the public was really shocked about this. We sort of got the heads up. She taped it on Wednesday at Windsor Castle, and interestingly, this wasn't a home video. After the debacle of that photograph that they did at home, the Mother's Day photograph, the BBC were invited into Windsor to film this. They wanted...
Oh, so the BBC
BBC Studios filmed this. They edited it.
Everybody kept it quiet.
They kept it quiet. Very few people knew about it, and then in prime time in Britain, they're 5 hours ahead, so 7 p.m. London time was when it was released. The whole nation stopped, and so I know just from friends and family that I have over there, everybody stopped, and they broke into programming. Every channel aired this, and then within minutes, people turned up at Buckingham Palace with flowers and well wishes. She did a magnificent job, and there was a lot of discussion too about what should this video be. Should her children be in it? Should William be sitting next to her? There were some rumours about an affair, and it was decided, Kate decided, that I'm going to do this by myself.
And then the stories afterwards, at least I've seen, she wrote it.
We broke this news on your show on Friday on the 6 p.m. news here on Fox. I broke the story that she wrote that speech. She's very aware of all the rumours out there after that photograph that she's not authentic. She saw that stuff, so she decided, I'm not doing that again. She wrote this speech, she delivered it by herself, and now I don't think we're going to hear from her for quite a while.
I have to say, she was so poised.
She was.
To be going through something like that. I mean, she's only 42 years old. We don't probably even know the extent of what's going on, but I will tell you, I have a friend of mine who recently underwent chemo. It's no joke.
It's no joke, and that's why she disappeared. She started chemo 4 weeks ago. She's not starting chemo now. While she's been gone, is because she has been in chemo and been really, really sick.
And I have to say, she didn't disguise the fact that she's not well.
She didn't.
She was not all glammed up.
Yeah. Right.
She didn't have all the full face of makeup.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they could have had her in a tiara. They could have had her in a crown. They could have had her in the throne room wearing a cape. They decided to put her on a bench, or she decided. Let's be clear here. She decided to put herself on that bench in her backyard. What a lovely, lovely house she has in Windsor, and taped this video. And I think they're quite happy with the end results, and hopefully this has put a lot of the rumours to rest.
You know, it's one of those things you forget. I shouldn't say you forget. I think the general public forget that no matter who you are, you're a person. You know, and so it's up to her and the royals, I guess, to decide when they want to go public. But I think a lot of people are wondering, well, why didn't they go public earlier? That would have stopped some of the speculation ahead of time.
Yeah, I think I have the answer. So her priority at the moment is not being a princess, but being a mommy. And she didn't want this video to come out until her kids had ended school. So they broke up on Friday for the Easter vacation. So the kids are now with her. Children can be very cruel, and they're at the age now where they will know stuff is going on. So if this broke, the kids could be teased at school, they could be asked questions. And so she wanted to wait until Easter, and that's why it was broken on Friday at the time. And the kids are now with her for that week, and as a family they can discuss this.
That's
great. And what about her family now?
Oh, I'm told that her mom Carol, who they're really close with, has practically moved into the palace. Her mom, and this happens, I think, in all families, like you say. They're not just royals, they're real people. So the mom wants to be there. So her mom has been with her every step of the way. The Middletons are really in charge of this now. It's been a little bit of a debacle. The Windsors didn't help, I think. So now the Middletons are there, so her mom is with her. And
well, you know, the Windsors are like thinking about Charles.
Right.
Charles, by the way, King Charles, he's sick too.
He is sick. There's a sweet story.
And Fergie.
And Fergie's sick too. There's a sweet story that they were both in the same hospital at the same time, and there was a sighting of Charles, they said, toddling down the hallway to go to Kate's room. They were in different rooms in the hospital. It was a private hospital, and he wanted to be with Kate, and then the day before she taped this video, she had a meeting with Charles to talk to him. They're very, very close. Charles and Kate are really close. And now the big question is, will Harry and Meghan show up? I'm told they're not planning to fly into London.
Would they be welcomed if they did?
I don't know. And I think here, you know, I don't think they can win either way. If they don't go, we're going to say they don't care. If they do go, we're going to say it's a PR stunt to steal their thunder. So it's tricky for them. They have reached out, though, privately. So they put out a statement on Friday, and they did reach out privately. Kate, she has an email address, she has a cell phone, they have it. So
do you have it? I would like to send her a little
note.
note.
Send her something nice.
As we wrap up, what does this go here? I mean, did she just disappear, for lack of a better word, for a while until she's better, or do you think we'll get updates?
Yeah, let me be really clear here. Kate is sick. All my insiders are telling me that this is serious. If this was just a little bit of skin cancer, and I'm not making that smaller, they would have told us. The reason they didn't tell us is they were scared. They were really scared. Kate is scared. And so I think at the moment the best thing we can hope for is just prayers. And so we're wishing her the best, but I don't think we're going to see her now for a while. There was a rumour that this coming Sunday she would turn up at church with the family. They do every Easter. None of the family are going.
None of the family.
None of the family's been cancelled.
All right, listen, thank you for always getting us up to speed. Prayers for Princess Kate. And by the way, your podcast, you're keeping us up to speed on all this, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's been overwhelming, the appetite for this story. And so today I have a special just on Kate. And so wherever you listen to your podcast, Naughty But Nice with Rob. And so thank you so much for tuning in. And I think we do it in a compassionate way. There's been a lot of people out there, celebrities too, who are now apologising for saying stuff about Kate. Blake Lively's apologised. There's a pressure for Andy to apologise. We're doing this in a naughty but nice way.
All right, that's the story for the next time we have you on, Rob. We appreciate you joining us this morning with all the latest.